All right, guys, welcome to the Midwest Option Hunt channel. If you could, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Today's episode, we're going to be going over my coyote setup. Sandra's going to be behind the gun. We're going to have a little video towards the end. We're going to be going over a bunch of stuff. My setup, how I do things. You guys can watch it, but if you guys just want to get right into the hunt, it's about 22 minutes. The actual hunt starts, and the actual kill shot is about 28 minutes in. So hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any questions, don't be scared to ask, and hope you enjoy it.
All right, guys, we're here going to talk about some coyote hunting tonight. We only have one expert coyote hunting guy in the group, and he's right here. And he loves to talk. But yeah, we have his rifle here. We're going to talk about that, talk about the rounds that he uses, and then we actually had a successful filmed coyote hunt happen last weekend, and we're pretty excited to share that with you too. So we'll kind of get into the video here. Mick, you want to talk about your rifle?
Yeah, I got a American Ruger 22-250. I shoot 55 grain Hornadys through it, varmint VMAXs. I got the SightMark Wraith scope, the HD. I run the Coyote Reaper infrared light on it. So the reason why I shoot 22-250 is I used to shoot 223 and 308, and I went hunting with my buddy Greg, who shoots at 22-250, and we had a group of coyotes out, and I shot first, and I could swear that his coyote dropped before mine. I just looked at him, and I asked him, like, did your coyote drop first? He said, yeah, because I shoot at 22-250. So I switched over to 22-250. But I shot the 308 too, but 308, like when coyotes are close, you got to hold low, and if they're far, you got to hold high. And I just didn't like thinking of that when I was out in the fields. So I switched to 22-250, and it's a very fast shooting bullet. So
Shoots pretty flat.
yeah, shoots flat, knocks them down. I haven't had a coyote run yet since I've been hunting.
How far out are you good for? 300 yards?
Yeah, my furthest I've shot was probably 260, but I think it's like, I mean, you get past 300, it's a big drop. So it's a good shooting gun. I've only missed one coyote with it, and it was this year. It was too close, that's why. So
How many coyotes do you have under your belt?
I don't know, a lot. Not to sound cocky, I'm not the best coyote hunter, but I've killed a couple.
You guys do tournaments and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
we do tournaments. Haven't won any yet, but hopefully that changes this year. Me and my buddy Nate got into coyote hunting when we were young. I mean, we went out tons and tons and never seen a coyote. So we started looking up what calls meant, how to use them, when to use them. And once you figure that out, it's just like any other kind of hunting.
So kind of going into that, like what's the call that you use?
Yeah, I use Lucky Duck Revolt. I don't know many other calls. I know you can buy other adapters for other calls, but the reason why I like this one is we'd always get out and we'd set up our other call, and we'd send a sound out where we thought the coyotes were coming, and then they'd howl to the right, and it just seemed like our call was just staying stationary. This call actually, it spins, so if you get a coyote group lights up to the right, you can spin it, or if you sound like they're not interested in it anymore, you can turn it around. It sounds like they're going away. So that's a Lucky Duck Revolt. It spins, has the rabbit tail on top. So it's,
And those are. I know you were just telling me today. Those are like retail like $600.
yeah, they've jumped. I think when I bought it, it was like right around 400, 450. And I looked today because I'm looking to get another one, and they're up $600 now. So I mean, they're not the cheapest ones, but just like as anything goes, is I mean, you pay what you get for them. Me and Nate, we had cheap calls when we started out, and we didn't have hardly any coyotes. And now me and Nate, I mean, I could almost guarantee when we go out, we get one with it. So it's a good call, and it gives you a lot more options than the stationary ones.
I know it sounds good out there. Like we were this weekend, we were down at Sanders family's cabin, and I mean it's way down south, so it's a lot steeper ravines and hollers and. I mean, mountains down there, and it was just bouncing. The sound was bouncing all.
There's definitely more definition to the sound with it being able to rotate.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound
up here, it's
so
a little
flat.
bit more flat.
Yeah.
And
It just like I say is like when a coyote's attacking a rabbit, they're not staying in the same spot. So this call makes it sound like they're moving around. The rabbit's getting away. So it's definitely a game changer.
Now, when it comes to calling, do you notice anything as far as your volume level? Do you want to do softer? Do you want to do louder?
Yeah. So like down south, this is the first time I ever hunted down south, and it was a whole different ball game because the sound sounded a lot louder because you don't have the traffic noise, you don't have really planes flying over, anything like that. So down south, I was messing with the sounds more, but up north by us, we stick to pretty much max volume on the locator calls, and then when we do rabbit calls or distressed rabbit, whatever you want to call it, I always start quiet just in case there's coyotes close, and I gradually get louder, then I gradually get softer towards the end, so it sounds like it's killing the rabbit. So
Now, Mickey, you said locator call. Explain this to somebody who's not a good coyote hunter.
So a locator call, guys have a bunch of different types of locators. When we first started, the only locator call we had was a cop siren or just a siren. And any high pitch volume will get a coyote excited. But a locator is just
like a turkey.
Yeah. Locator is just like usually that's the first call I'll do, and it's what it sounds is you're trying to figure out where the coyotes are, and then once that you can tell how a group's feeling. They're either going to be a normal locate, just howling and yipping, or they'll mix in you'll have one challenging like we had this weekend. You'll hear on the video.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then you'll hear when I switch, you can hear what I'm talking about. It's like we call it like a coyote doing a yodel. It's a different type of howl. You can hear it. It's got a little bit different vibration in its howl. So usually when you hear that, you know that group's pretty territorial. So that's what happened with us this weekend. And I hit a challenge back to them, and within 5-10 minutes we had coyotes in our lap. So
Now, like Ryan said, he says kind of like the turkey hunting. Do you see coyote hunting kind of like turkey hunting? I know
it's very similar. As you're calling a lot more than deer hunting. It's all vocal, and like I tell these guys, if I'm at a spot and I'm not the best coyote hunter in the world, and I won't say I am, but if we're at a spot for 20 minutes, we don't got nothing coming in, we're leaving because they're either in the mood or they're not. So
Now, and like I know you say you got like 60 different spots that you go to, so you guys can bounce around.
Yep, and that's the thing. We don't want to burn a spot out, so if I do a locator call, I'll do a rabbit, because sometimes they don't want to locate. Like we had 2 groups fire up at Jake's spot down south, and the coyote came from the right. They didn't even come from where either one of those coyotes were howling from. So that coyote came in silent. So that's why I'll at least do a rabbit. We'll do a locator and a rabbit just in case one's close. And because a lot of times we'll get to a spot and we'll hit a locator, not hear nothing, and hit a rabbit, and then a coyote runs from 50 yards. So coyotes, just like us, if we're outside and we hear a bunch of people yelling, we're not going to go running to them. We're going to be a little hesitant.
Cautious, yeah.
So
is there any setup to where like you don't want to call? Like if you know there's a coyote coming in, do you want to quit calling, or how do you approach that?
And with you guys coming out and hunting with us a lot, it happens more than you think. We'll pull up to a spot and I'll set the call out, and while I'm walking out, there'll be a group all of a sudden light up right behind us, and then after that, I'll completely ignore a locator because coyotes are very picky. Like some groups, if you howl at them, they'll shut up right away and you'll ruin it. So like if I hear a group light up right when we get there, I'll go straight into a rabbit call, and usually that'll pull them right in within minutes. So it's and just from learning, like I said, me and my buddy Nate, we hunted probably 3 years when we were in high school and didn't even see a yote, and now knowing what to do and what not to do with calling, it's a huge game changer.
It sounds like it's a lot about what you're saying.
Yes.
Like knowing what you're saying and when you're saying it.
Yep.
Like a lot like turkeys.
Yeah.
You can take the temperature of a bird.
Yep.
If he's fired up and you want to keep him fired up, you say something a certain way.
And me and Nate probably hit 4 or 5 when we were seniors in high school. We went to a bunch of coyote like training places. What do you call them?
Like a seminar?
Like a seminar, yeah, coyote seminar. And that was a huge help. But
Now, knowing what you know now, is there anything you change with your setup, add to your setup, anything like that?
yeah, if I had the money, I'd go to a thermal. But no, This is probably the cheapest setup you can get right here, and that's like Jake was like thinking about getting a thermal and this and that, and I said for the money, I mean I can kill. I won't say just as many, but I can hang with the guys who have thermals and stuff. I mean, thermals are nice, but you got to know how to talk to them.
Not to mention the filming.
Yeah, and
film with it. It's pretty good quality.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Film too, as you'll see in the video.
Yeah, and I mean, 90 just like turkey hunting. You can have the best guns, you can have the best setup, but if you can't call, you ain't gonna kill a bird. It's the same thing with everything for hunting wise.
I'd suggest too. I mean, we had a whole group. All of us were out there.
Yeah, there's
hunting,
5 of us.
and it kind of stunk because you got one guy on the gun and one guy on the call. Well, you know, there's 3 of us standing back, and we're just listening for coyotes.
Yep.
If you can get binoculars or
Yep.
a binocular,
Yeah.
And that's some things we have hunted with. We've been a guy let us use his monocular, and that's huge. But like when I go out hunting with my buddy Nate and his dad, I mean, we always have 3 guns running, so we're just looking in a little section, and the next person has another section. We're down south, we only had 1 gun, so it was a lot to look at for 1 guy. But when you get 2 guns or 3 guns, it's a game changer that way too.
Now, like when you set up, does wind matter?
See, like when we first started coyote hunting, we always played the wind and we always sat in the woods and caught out in the fields. And as we've learned is when they're coming in during breeding season or this time of year when there's snow on the ground, they don't pay attention to wind. They don't pay attention to us. Like down south, we were sitting on a bank in the wide open,
And we just
Bunch of
drove up the
idiots.
hill
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely.
And-
Idiots. Yeah.
and like coyote hunting around here, we don't stand in the woods no more. We stand right out in the field. We stand 80 yards from the call, and we start calling. Like I tell these guys, if the coyote's within 200 yards, his nose ain't smelling faster than 4,000 feet per second. So
Well, this one we killed with Jake. He was just sitting there,
Yep.
and he sat there for like long enough.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't look like he wanted to go anywhere.
no,
And we're up goofing around, laughing, and
hooting and hollering,
laughing
and
at him because he's kind
can't
of
figure out how to work the gun.
yeah.
yeah,
You'll see in the video, Mickey he did everything but pull the trigger for me.
Yeah.
So
Mickey on the 1s and 2s.
yeah.
Now, as far as getting permission, do you think you have a higher odds of getting permission than you would as no hunting or deer hunting?
Nope, nobody should go knock on any doors for coyotes. No, it's 100%. It's way easier. Nobody likes coyotes, especially pet owners or anything like that. Farmers hate them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, last year we got probably 40 spots in one day, driving around just knocking. So it's not hard at all.
I know you joke around, and you know, obviously, coyote hunting is like one of your top
Yeah.
things. But like, the more you get out there and try to get on these things, the more, I mean, the farmers are going to be happy with
Yep.
the cows and livestock and whatnot, and you know, you're saving turkeys and
Yep.
deer.
Yeah.
And
It makes your deer herd healthier.
Yeah.
I mean, it could increase your deer herd for
Yeah.
sure if you're managing your own properties.
Now go ahead, ask your question, right?
guys already shot.
It's all right.
That's
It's okay, man.
kind of going back to the call, Mickey. You got the remote that goes to it.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about what
Uh,
it runs to.
Back, I was telling these guys back in the day when me and Nate were hunting, we used to have a call. It was just a big speaker, and you'd run it out 30, 40 yards from you, and you had a cable that ran all the way back to a thing that was about twice this size. And it had chips you inserted. I'm sure the old school coyote hunters know what we're talking about. That was like back in the day where you'd have chips, and each chip would have 2 calls on it. So you'd sit there and you'd play a coyote howl. Then you have to hurry up, fumble in your pocket and slide in the rabbit. So these have went a long way. Like I said, Lucky Duck, this is like my first good call. Remy knows. He wants
Remy,
it.
yeah, he loves it.
But Lucky Duck, and the guy who makes it, I'm going to butcher his last name, but Rick Pallet, however you say it, he's an awesome dude. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And as soon as I got this thing, I texted him or messaged him on Facebook. Was like, hey, I'm new to this. I just bought the Lucky Duck Revolt. I live in Northern Ohio. What would you suggest for me? And he sent me a whole playlist. And 3 of the first calls he sent me, that's the only 3 calls I use. And I've killed I've called in over hundreds of dogs for me and my buddies. And we haven't killed all of them, but we've called them in. But Lucky Duck, I mean, they'll give you rabbit category, challenges, fights, everything, and every category has at least 5 to 10 calls on them. So you just go through and you just like I'll sit at home by myself in my garage and just listen to them and be like, yeah, that's the call I like. And I know a lot more people will. Like I played my favorite howl for Ryan, and it's like that sounds just like a coyote.
It's so realistic.
Yeah.
Some of those are pretty. They're pretty trippy.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit some of them, and you may have seen the video. He's got the call going, and Nick and I are back here pointing at the hillsides, thinking we hear coyotes, and here it's his call is bouncing off the hillsides, coming back to us, and it's just the way it kind of works.
And the one call that I do, it's called the Psycho Serenade, and I knew I'd get both of them. But it's awesome how it sounds. It actually has an echo in the call, so it sounds like another group behind the call's going.
Yeah.
And every time first hunters I bring out, I'll play that, and you'll see them pointing like they're thinking they hear something. I'm just sitting there like, no, it's just a call.
I was watching him and he wasn't reacting,
Yeah.
so I knew something was up.
But in this, the caller, it has F1 through F4, and those are, you can do your favorite calls. So all you got to do is just press that instead of searching through. You just press these buttons, and it'll go right to that call. So, and it has has your decoy, turn it on, and then it has 3 different speeds. Then it has your clockwise and reverse clockwise, and then it just has where it just rotates halfway for your spinning on your call. So it's pretty neat. It's got a bunch of different stuff on it. I could talk about all day with this. So I'm sure we'll get some when we're out hunting. I'll get some camera footage of what calls I use and stuff like that. And if you guys have any questions, I'm sure Nick will be able to put the links for everything in it or whatnot. And if you guys have any questions, just ask, and I have no problem making another video or just answering right there on YouTube or Instagram, whatever we post this on. So
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun this winter. We're
Just started.
just starting. We're kind of getting
finally just got our first snow. So
And something too, we're pretty much all tagged out. It gives us something to complete the season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and that's
Keep us busy.
Yeah.
that's like these guys. I've been telling them I've been telling them for years and years that they got to get out and coyote hunt with me because it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, it's cool.
Especially when you know what you understand what you're doing, and I mean you always learn. I learn every time when I'm out there. I mean coyotes are they're a predator. They're sneaky. They know how to get through the woods, which that's why I love it because it's just like turkey hunting. I know that's why a lot of people are addicted to turkey hunting is you're tricking them with their own words, and you really you do, but you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool to me is tricking them, and they're one of the top predators. So besides us,
That's right.
we're the top.
So you want to we'll get into the hunt and talk about our strategy, your strategy, because we were all just
We were tagging along, shooting
idiots,
for
yeah.
you.
But you mentioned because we drove pretty close to where we set up, and that's not normal. But
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I think I told Rye, I think walking up there, I said we ain't gonna see a damn dog because usually when I go hunting, we pull in, shut the lights off a mile before we pull in, and shut the doors real quiet and get up and sneak up just like we're hunting. Well, we had 2 buggies with big light bars. And we pulled up to the top of the hill, and I was just, I was just like, man, if this isn't an introduction, I don't know what it is. So, but it works out. I mean, usually when like I said, when we pull in, we'll shut the lights off before we pull into our spots and get out quiet. And really, like I told them, I wish we showed up that night and hunted that night, so we couldn't see. Jake knows his property, but I couldn't see the spots I like to hunt at. So, but usually we'll try to find some sort of figure to stand by, like I said, we stand out in the field, but we try to get some sort of backdrop behind us. If that's a tree line or we hunt by a lot of oil tanks or something like that. But, I mean, we do a little bit of scouting, walk the fields, just see where the tracks are. And a lot of the times the first hunt is us learning. So we'll do a locator call. We'll still hunt it like we're hunting, but that gives us, that shows us where the coyotes are howling. So the next time we can set up somewhere differently on them. I mean, that's the big thing about learning properties. So, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry on how you do it. I mean, you set up in a field where you think coyotes are going to come from, and you just speak their language.
Now, do you look for something specific when you're getting permission for spots, or?
Yeah, with these, that's one thing with these scopes here is you can't hunt in the woods with them. I mean, these guys saw it's very magnified. I wish I would have brought my box for it so I could tell you exactly what magnification this is. But it's good for big fields, and that's pretty much all we hunt here around us is big fields. Because when you're in the woods, it's just because it's an infrared light, so it's not thermal. So the infrared lights in the woods cast shadows. So it's hard. It's real hard. Like I tried hunting last year. My buddy's like, I got coyotes. So we set up. We called the coyotes in. They knocked the call over, but I never could get on them. So
it's kind of 2-dimensional too. I noticed you don't see a lot of the depth.
But everything looks super close.
Field, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's like what I told these guys. It's like before I go anywhere, like we'll even sit in the truck and out like when I shot this coyote over at Rise Spot he gave me this year. Before I even got out of the truck, I pulled up my Onyx and I knew where we were going to set up and I ranged every point of that field, so I knew exactly when that coyote came out where he was. So that's a big thing to do because I mean I know they're coyotes. You don't want to wound them just like any other animal. You want to kill them the most ethical way you can. So knowing your yardage is huge. Knowing your gun is on and set up the way it should be, it's huge.
Back to this 22-250. I mean, that thing pierces through the hide, barely makes a hole, and then just explodes inside of him.
Yep.
I mean, just carnage.
That's a good thing about that varmint load is it's for that. I don't know. It's weird because like my gun, I mean, it's only a 22 caliber, so it's going in real small. And my gun hardly ever does blow through a coyote. It just totally wrecks the inside. But my buddy Greg, he's got a little bit better of a 22-250. And that thing, he says he uses whammy shells. But I stole one of them, and it didn't do nothing to my gun. But his does blow out the backside pretty good. But mine does not. I don't know why.
Yeah, definitely skinning out that coyote. I couldn't believe the
Oh, it was unreal.
carnage that was inside of that.
You thought it was a slug.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like a lot of people like taking broadside shots, and I'm more of a frontal guy because it just totally wrecks them. So.
All right, so with this coyote hunt, we were hunting Jake's family farm, and he obviously knows the lay of the land really well. And it was nighttime, so we had no clue at all what we were going to be looking at.
Yep.
But it helped when we stepped out of the house and they lit up a couple hollows over.
Yeah, Jake's like, I know where to go, boys.
Yeah, so he knew the field that we needed to be in, and as soon as we set up, did you just do one locator?
Yep, just one locator
just to see what's going on, and that pack lit up.
Yeah, when they lit up, like I was talking about earlier, you could hear one of the coyotes doing a challenge call. So instantly, I let mine go through, and I cut them off right before I knew they were about to stop. I cut them off with a group challenge call, and that got them real fired up. And I let it sit for a little bit, probably 5-10 minutes, and then I hit a rabbit. And right after the rabbit is when we ended up seeing this coyote. He saw a coyote go down in the bottom, and we actually, you hear on the video, a group behind us lights up, and they were like, oh, let's try to go kill those coyotes.
We're getting ready to pack up.
Yeah, I told Nick, I'm like, no. I was like, this has happened way too many times. I'm like, let's just sit here. As soon as Sanders starts, actually, I think I played another rabbit again.
Yep.
Panned over to the right.
Yep, he panned over to the right, and then I think we always talk about it, and I think it's true. When you call in a group of coyotes, I believe the first coyote you call in is like a messenger coyote. He comes in, he checks everything out. And if the other coyotes don't hear a shot, I think they start coming in because that's exactly what happened. This coyote ran down to the bottom, and then the one we ended up killing ended up being a big adult male. And he was just sitting up top, just surveying, just watching. Little did he know, old Jake, sniper up top,
He was watching too.
was watching him.
Hey, I got one. I don't know. You see him, Mickey, on, well, you can't see him. He's looking straight at us. He's standing there. Straight down here, probably 200 yards. 200? Yeah. He's coming to us. Walking in. Walking straight up. Oh, hang on. Ready? Oh, he's coming, he's coming. He's below the hill, I can't see him anymore. I see him. He's working left. He's in the trees. He's running. Yeah. No, I can't see him. I lost him. I can't see him. Real quiet. He went down by those trees. He was running. I don't know where he went from there. Okay. Yeah, he went running through those trees. I lost him in those trees. Did he go on this little island of trees? Yeah. He went down below him. I thought he was going to pop out. Mickey, you see him? Oh wait, you can't see him. I should have blasted him. Oh, I got him. I can't find the button. Oh, god damn it, I can't find the button. Record. Yeah. Okay, we're on. Alright, let me zoom in. Where's the button? Zoom in. Yeah. He's just sitting there, boys. You ready? Yep. Dropped him. Did you drop him? Yeah. Yes. Good job, dude. Is he done? He's done. He's done. Holy crap. That was awesome. That was awesome. He was perched up just like this, looking. That was freaking awesome. Oh my God. He fell. He's like right on the edge of the hill. I dropped. He went. Holy crap. Dude. Oh my God, that was awesome.
That's how it is.
Whew.
That's a big yoke, dude.
Dude, this freaking looked like a werewolf coming in. You duped him. You freaking duped. Oh. Holy crap. Dude.
He dumps him.
Dude, that was awesome.
Face
That was
planted,
freaking awesome.
Yeah, he's huge.
Oh my god, I just looked down there and I'm looking at the cow shit.
He's just sitting
and
there.
all of a sudden there's eyes.
Dude, I'm so yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, he just rolled him. Dude, that dude's a freaking horse. Holy crap.
Dude, he rolled all the way down the hill.
Dude,
I'm gonna get down there and get you walking up on him.
that dude's a freaking pig. Oh my god. Dude, that's a Wolverine.
So
We shot a Wolverine.
so awesome having somebody else kill him.
Yeah, dude.
This is what happens.
That is awesome. I gotta give you one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take all my money.
Right. Oh, if we all had one, we'd be in trouble.
Oh yeah. We ready to go? Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Dude. Holy crap.
Yeah, buddy. He's a fluffy little sucker.
He is a toad. Oh my god.
Flip him over. Hey, he's fluffy.
Check out that dude. That is freaking cool.
Tell us a little bit about this book, Jake.
Yeah.
So this book,
Start the book here.
all right, I'm gonna start at chapter 1. We opened the book and we started writing, started making some calls, and all of a sudden a pack of about 42 of them lit up across the hill. And I knew we didn't have enough ammo, so we had to go back to the drawing board, start looking down here. And this just jumped out down here, took off running, came back and forth. All of a sudden he's sitting up on this perch up above us. And just beautiful. That video is going to be beautiful.
He's a beautiful
This is
coat.
awesome coat on him. I mean, thank you guys. This is awesome. First Yoti. It's
Yeah.
first Yoti. This is freaking sweet. So,
There's plenty more to hunt.
I mean, he just rolled on down the hill, didn't he? That is awesome. Look at that.
Look at his teeth.
Holy crap.
Make your old necklace out of those teeth.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
I guarantee you that challenge got him fired up. Well, what is it? Male or female? Male.
Male.
Yep.
That's why he came in by himself
Yep.
and everything.
That is awesome.
This could have been a totally different yote than that one down there. That one could have just kept going. This could have been one behind it.
I mean, I'm telling you, that dude, when he came across, he was flying. And I thought he was going to pop out in that opening. And that's why when I looked back here, I was surprised. All of a sudden, there's just a dog sitting on a perch. I was like, oh my God, Mickey! Mickey, how do you do? Mickey, do you see him? I think the only thing I did was pull the trigger and hit the safety. Oh, this is awesome. Holy crap, we got to kill like 12 more now.
Yeah, well, we got to go right up.
Dude.
They're right behind us.
We're all hooked.
Holy crap. This is awesome.
Second Midwest option hunt of the year. Yeah. And we're 2 for 2.
Right.
Heck yeah. Dude, that's a beautiful coat on him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love it how they, almost all of them, I don't know. Probably something dumb saying it, but I love their front legs always have that black tint to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll shine your light on it. They got a real pretty black coat going on
Dude.
the front of them.
Thanks, buddy.
Good job, man.
This is freaking sweet.
That's awesome.
Freaking pickup, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Picking up the monster. The only one who wanted to play games tonight. Gotta remember where he's at.
Right off the road.
Uh-oh. He's on the lower road, right there. We're gonna turn it just straight down.
That's probably a good idea.
You ever get somebody flipping on film?
No. If I did, I wouldn't want to be in it.